Hey, this is Lisa Hall, your business success coach. Today I want to talk to you about a very important piece of your business, and that piece of business is all about getting your groove back. As I sit and wrote this blog and thought about this video this past Monday, I was really having a hard time getting my head back in the game. You see, last week I spent the week in California with my mother. She was moving into a residential care facility, and while I took a couple of appointments with clients and talked to a couple of people about doing business with me, my focus was primarily on my family, as it should have been. So when I got back from my trip over the weekend, I was extremely exhausted, as you can imagine, and I took a day off to really relax and recuperate. Then when I sat down to begin work on Monday, I was really kind of at a loss of where did I leave off? What do I need to begin with? Where do I start? I needed to get my groove back. So what I did are three simple things that I want to share with you today, because we all have times in our lives where we have to step away from business for a minute. Maybe it's for a vacation, and we have a hard time getting our head back in the game afterwards, or maybe it's for a personal reason, as mine was. But we all have times where we have to step away for a little bit, and then we have to reintroduce ourselves back into the business mindset. So the first thing I did Monday, after I figured out that I was having a hard time getting my head back into the game, was I just brainstormed. I got out a blank sheet of paper and I just started writing anything that came to mind, whether or not it was a task, a project I was working on. And at this point, I did not worry about priorities. I just got thoughts out of my head and down on paper. Once I had that paper, I was able then to organize my task list, my to-do list, remind myself, what projects I was currently working on, what were my goals, and what was next on my agenda. So that's the first tip for you, is to brainstorm. The second tip, the second thing that I did, was to just get one thing done. Getting one thing done for your business creates so much momentum because you feel confidence in yourself, you feel like you've checked something off that list, and it just energizes you. So I would suggest picking something that's rather close to being completed, or something that's a rather small project. Focus, turn off your email, turn off your cell phone and your business phones, and just get something done, and it will create momentum and get you moving in your business. And finally, the last thing I did is I thought about the long week I had ahead of myself, and I realized that I had a lot of tasks to do after doing that brainstorming, and so and I realized I was going to have to work a couple of nights to kind of make up for the time that I'd spent in California. So I set up a system or a plan to reward myself after a long week. So tomorrow, which is Friday, today is Thursday as we're taping this for next week, I've planned to take a couple of hours and pamper myself for a little bit. So right in the middle of the business day, because I am actually working on Saturday this week. So, figure out a way to give back to yourself, whether that's an afternoon off, a walk in your favorite park, hanging out with some friends. Put it on your calendar, plan it. That way also you have something to look forward to after your first week back to work. I hope those tips have been helpful for you when you need to get your groove back. And until next time, this is Lisa Hall with Tight Ship Business Coaching.